And we are live. Hello, everyone. So nice to see your smiling faces. So, a couple of things today because how many times can we do just a market wrap? The market's up 500, down 500, up 1,000, down 1,000. Just a yo-yo market. The volatility is truly it's insane. There's no other way to describe it. The amount of good things and bad things that get factored into the stock market so abruptly, so quickly. I find the only way you can really inoculate yourself is invest for the long term, rebalance occasionally. Okay. And another thing you want to do is focus really on your personal finances. The stock market will take care of itself. The issue is, will you take care of yourself physically, mentally, spiritually, but financially as well? We focus on the stock market because right now, things happen so quickly, and it's just such a reflection of the uh, psychology of the business of the United States, really of the entire world. So we focus on it, but we will come out of this. And when we come out of this, you want to make sure you darn well kept doing what you could do to improve your personal finances. Now, I know we're in a funky time. A lot of people are not working. A lot of people are furloughed. A lot of you are collecting benefits, perhaps. So we need to get through this. So I'm going to go through a quick update, and then I want to change it around a little bit because we're doing something a little differently here. We're bringing in a special guest, a friend of mine named John Robertson. He's a very inspirational fellow, very smart fellow, very experienced businessman. He owns a pretty nice sized business, successful business called the Sexy Salad. And if you eat on Long Island in your networking world, he has fed you, okay? Because he feeds everyone. So let me just show you a couple of quick things, quick update on the stock market, and then we're going to get into it. So today, the major averages took a wicked spill. Dow is down about 1,200 points in the last 2 days. So we had two nice up weeks. Last week is mostly gone as far as gains go. That goes for both the Dow, the S&P, and even the NASDAQ. By the way, you cannot invest directly into an index, but you could invest in a security that tracks or mimics an index. So what else do we have here? We have the VIX starting to creep up a little bit. Not too bad. You see the VIX is up about 1.58, 3.6%. Not bad given the drop in the major averages. Okay. After today's close, the big news are earnings from Netflix, Chipotle, and Snap. Snap up 17% after the market closed. Chipotle it's up $27, which is about 3.47%. Netflix is up about $5, up about 1.79%. But listen, Netflix has been a mover for some time. So if it doesn't get a full pop, so to speak, I think that's understandable considering how it has done. Let's take a quick look. The big news of the day, the Senate strikes a deal on the $484 billion relief package for small business, hospitals, and testing. It kind of started at like 300, 350. Now it's almost 500 billion. I don't think it's enough. I really don't think it's going to be enough. I mean, every business is out there applying for the PPP loan. I have my application in. My bank said we received it. Here's your loan number or your confirmation number. Hopefully I'll get something out of this. If I do, I do. If I don't, I don't. I'm not holding my breath, and I'm not going to have my life depend on it. But it's out there, and everybody should know about it. So hopefully you'll hear something. But that's really the big news of the day. And let's just take a look at here's a chart, the nice chart. You see this little thing over here? I don't know if you can see my cursor on your small screens there, but this is the give back. So we're still way above that March 23rd low. We are way above that, even with the last 2 days of being down. So we'd have a long way to really assault that low. Right now, I think this is just one of those constant gut checks we're going to have. So with having said that, let's roll the intro. Let's bring in our guests, and we'll be back in about 15 seconds with Mr. John Robertson. Okay, we are back. By the way, if you're watching this in the live, I'm going to stop the share screen for now. If you're watching this in the live, we would both love to hear your questions. We'd love to give you answers, maybe a word of encouragement, a little shout out. That would always be appreciated. But we would love to hear from you both in the live. And if you're watching this in the replay, I'd like to welcome you in the replay as well. If you have any questions or words of encouragement, you know what? Let us know in the replay as if you're watching this in the live, and then we'll go through a couple of shout outs and see who's out there. So without further ado, 3, 2, 1. There is John Robertson, the man, the myth, the legend, and the man with a new haircut, or I should say, that's a lack of a haircut. How'd you think of that?
Good afternoon. My barber, my favorite barber, Comac Barbers, I absolutely love them. Old fashioned, friendly service. He always finishes it with a hot towel. Absolutely love it. I sneak out of here 9:30, 10 o'clock in the morning to get that haircut, and it's one of my best breaks of the week. So he's out of business for a while, so I got to take matters into my own hands, literally. My wife says, please don't do it, but if you're ever going to do it, it's quarantine time, right?
That's funny. You know, my wife said the same thing to me. My kids are just daring me to buzz it all off. Just daring me.
I say do it.
I don't have it to do it. I still like it. I still have enough of it to play with it. I'm using a lot of product to keep it matted down because it is getting kind of long. But hey, there are bigger problems in the world to worry about. But if we can focus on something small as a diversion, that is great. So, John, I wanted to have you as my guest because you are so inspiring, and it is amazing what you've been able to do and how you've been able to pivot your business. I don't know if you heard the introduction, but you feed everybody on Long Island. I mean, I have paid for for the Sexy Salad to come to my networking meetings, 80 to 100 people in a room, and we feed everybody. But that's not even a big job for you. So tell us a little bit about the Sexy Salad, what you do, how you do it, and then we'll get into the pivot.
Yeah, thanks so much. So this, I'm living my American dream. Everybody's got their American dream. When I was a kid, 15 years old, I was working in a deli. I decided, I'm going to have my own business one day. And when I was 21 years old, I came up with the name, The Sexy Salad. I was on a vacation. And so it took me another 20 years to figure out enough about the business. I really went out to study it. And so we're now celebrating, our 17th year. And, well, what a year it's been. Certainly one that we're not going to forget easily.
So you went from like the age of like 20 to now in the last 17 years. You've aged a lot in the last 17 years.
Yeah. So when I was 20 years old, I came up with the name, The Sexy Salad. 20 years later, I opened The Sexy Salad. And now we're in our 17th year. So I guess 37 years ago, I came up with the name, The Sexy Salad. And here we are.
Congratulations. And I love the logo, which I'm going to put on the screen in a couple of minutes. So you're in dine-in eatery. You're in the Hop Hog Industrial Association. So your clientele are people who are at work, right?
Sure. Yeah, that is the majority of our business. That's certainly our bread and butter. It's Monday through Friday, breakfast and lunch. Traditional Long Island breakfast, your egg sandwiches, muffins, croissants, bagels, things like that. And we do a lot of corporate breakfasts, a lot of corporate drop-off lunches. So that's certainly our bread and butter. It keeps our doors open. But my most favorite catering is when I have a family invite me in to celebrate the birth of a new child, a communion, a bat mitzvah I've done weddings, and it's really neat. I've seen families grow. I had one young lady, I did her high school graduation, college graduation, engagement party, and I told her I would like to certainly cater her baby shower when that time comes. It's kind of nice to see those families.
That's lovely. That's like heartwarming. I mean, that's what it's all about. That's terrific.
What I really truly enjoy.
That's terrific. So you had to pivot because you mentioned, and you said it's okay to say this, your business now is about 20% of what you were doing, but you are out there fighting. Like you're all over social media in my feed, and everybody's rooting for you. I see my friend Adam Holzer is pushing like mad for you. I saw another friend, Larry Sprung, push like hell for you, and lots of other people. It's too many names to mention, but a lot of good people. And everybody is just like you're like the Rocky Balboa of the of the business community right now.
I
We're all
appreciate you
rooting for
saying
you.
that. I don't think I'm unique to that. I think what I'm finding is everybody seems to be helping everybody out. I, as far as this, we did pivot. We changed from our corporate catering, our breakfast and lunch, to we're purveyors of fine fruits and veggies. So when I first kicked that off, I asked for a favor. I said, "Hey, would you share it?" And my goodness, I got over 200 shares. It was absolutely incredible on Facebook alone. So, and that just goes to show you how people are just coming together to help each other. I see it time and again.
It really is. It's heartwarming to see it. I'm just don't mind me. I want to make sure I have my my screen up because I have a couple of pictures and some things about you that I'm going to share. Nothing crazy, okay? But you've done so much good in the community, and I'll put up one picture here, and I'll do a quick screen share, and you can tell me about this picture and give me an idea of how you've been able to shift. Let's see, screen share. This is just an idea of the outside of your business now, and you've converted into a farmer's market, right?
Yeah, so it's funny how things evolve. You write an original business plan and it changes so many times over the course of your business. What happened here was when we thought we were going to be closed down for the next couple of months, I decided to have a garage sale with the items that were in my walk-in box. And so I put on social media, and please share this, everybody. Please share. We're having a produce farmers market, if you will. And so I got a tremendous turnout. I thought that I would do this Saturday and Sunday, and it went on.
It's been going on for 2 months now.
This was a bit. Well, it was right after St. Patty's Day week, which was 17th of March. So the 20th of March, we've been doing this since. And
Okay.
what happened was we got a great turnout. I had to actually go to the market Sunday because it was already shared so many times. There was no pulling back. I would have been embarrassed if I didn't have produce. So I actually went to the market to buy more produce for that Sunday. And I realized, you're always looking for to solve the need in the marketplace. What do people need from you? And it was very obvious. People did not want to go into the Costco's of the world. And I don't mean to pick on Costco in general. People don't want to be inside. So we were able to bring this market outside. People could share. They could shop for what they're looking for with the social distancing and not really concern themselves with it. And it's just grown since then. We've since taken it inside. Now the majority of people are. This was I'm looking at this guacamole kit. We're having a little fun putting together a few kits.
Yeah, you did a guacamole kit, and then you fry the chips in your store, right?
Yeah, sure. Fresh chips. This was taking advantage of an opportunity. I walked into the market. I saw the picture up there a minute ago of this big, great pyramid of avocados for $24. Same avocados that I paid $72 for 3 weeks earlier. So I decided
Here it is.
to put out this. Look, it's $24 for a case of avocados is unheard of. So I fried up some chips, got some cilantro, a couple of limes, tomato, onion. I put together a guacamole kit, and it was incredibly popular. People bought them not just for themselves, but for their neighbors. I think people bought them for their coworkers, for their employees. And it worked out really well. I bought what I thought was going to be enough for the weekend, and I had to buy more Sunday morning again, or be embarrassed.
Well, you pivoted. I mean, that's so. You're just like you're not just trying to survive. You said you want to win. Like when you come out of this, you want to just give value to everybody, keep people fed. So tell me about that. How'd you get this? Well, now we know how you got the idea to pivot by just getting rid of your food one Saturday and Sunday. Aren't you glad you're a social guy on Facebook? Because I mean, can you imagine the power of if you didn't have Facebook?
Yeah, and so I'm also very fortunate. I'm the food guy. The food guy gets to meet a lot of people, so I'm very, very lucky in that way.
Mm-hmm. And you just had a big deal, you said, with a local big drug company.
Well, that was a record day for the Sexy Salad. We have never before sold to one client 1,170 box lunches in one day. It was absolutely crazy. This past Friday. We went home quite tired. We have no employees right now. We have quite a large facility, so we're trying to practice social distancing as much as possible. We put one person over in the veggie side kitchen. We put one person up by the front salad station where we chop our salads, which is also now dark lights. Then we have a back kitchen, prep kitchen, two different prep kitchens next door to each other. So we had everybody separated, and we got it done. It was quite the endeavor. We've done box lunches quite a few times, but never to this magnitude. 1,170 box lunches.
I'm going to throw something up on the screen. Let's just take a quick look at this. I'm going to throw a few things up, okay?
Thank you.
Here.
Wednesday, April Fool's Day. We're out at the market again, and I thought I would just show you a couple of items that we got. So the strawberries are looking really, really nice. See if I can go somewhat fast. We've got beautiful melons every day, golden pineapple, caterer oranges. Just picked up another case of those. They're very popular, lemons and lime. Good morning. I walked into my business a few minutes ago, quite upset, and I thought I would follow it up and even post a quick video as soon as I walked in. But I'm going to turn this around. My restaurant flooded last night. I did a 14-hour day yesterday. Got my loan in, disaster relief. My accountant was relentless. He wouldn't give up on me. Here comes my chef. He's looking in amazement. Let's see if his look is the same freaking. Yeah.
Wow, John. I mean, kudos to getting all the vegetables and the fruit and all the product delivered, and you're feeding everybody. And I know how busy you are. I mean, there's a lot. You're putting in crazy long hours, and it's
Great business model, isn't it?
Yeah.
Great business model.
But when I saw that flood, it's like my whole Facebook feed lit up with I think everybody's heart stopped for a minute there.
Because we're all entrepreneurs and we can all relate. We all have floods of some sort. That was my flood. Mitchell Goldberg had his flood. You know, we all have our disasters that we've got to handle, but we've got to be able to react. And there's no one going to bail you out. You got to bail yourself out.
So
my chef and we started with the squeegees that morning, and by noon we were back in business.
That's incredible. And you've gotten a lot of support from the community. I saw that post go around with the Dick Shills Jewish Center and other people. Look, there are people like you all over the country who are making this pivot. It's like you said, there's a lot of you. We need more of you, but there's a lot of John Robertsons around the country. But I mean, that must make you feel pretty good to get that kind of support from the community, right?
Sure, absolutely. It's incredibly heartwarming to do. You always start with the great intentions, but when people notice and they take in and they really trust you, it really does make me feel good. My mission statement when I first started here remains the same today. I shortened it a little bit. When I originally started, it was to serve the community with excellent food and a quick fair price. Right now, I say it's to serve the community. So what does the community need from me? And I try to address that. And it looks like I found what they're looking for right now.
People want healthy options to eat. I mean, they want food, period. And when I went to you, I got my case of water. I got some pineapples. I got some melons, and I don't know, a whole bunch. I can't remember all the things. I just got a whole bunch of things from you, and it was all delicious. And we're all putting this together. So, I mean, we were talking yesterday, and you said, before this, you said, look, a lot of businesses can pivot. And you mentioned the vodka company. What's the deal with that?
Well, so this is inspiring to us all. And my great mentor says the one nice thing about being in the business community is being surrounded by all these brilliant people. And so out east, we've got the Long Island Vodka Company, Live, right? Changed their vodka distilling into sanitizing distillery. So they're creating hand sanitizer and doing a great thing for their community. They're entrepreneurs, and I see that time and again through all the entrepreneurs out there. They're looking at what, how can I convert my dry cleaning into a face mask shop? How can I convert my catering company into a produce market to serve the community? One of the greatest things that for me was talking to an elderly woman who was just incredibly grateful. She broke me. I'm talking to her on the phone. I had to actually put her on hold for a minute and recompose because I felt like I'm really truly serving the community the way I wanted to. I wanted to broaden to the occasion, if you will. And
You're doing it.
that I was doing it. Yeah.
So, how would you advise other businesses? Because, there can only be so many people in your business, but, I'm talking to business owners all the time, and most of them are finding things to do to adapt, but it's, not every business is the same. We were thinking that every business can find a value proposition. It might obviously not be to the extent of business activity they had before this social distancing, but what advice do you give to people? You're my statesman. What are you telling people?
On anything you do, I saw, if you're familiar with Bill Corbett, public relations.
Bill Corbett, sure, very, very well known guy, great guy, and a really good friend of mine.
And so what's he doing right now? He's making more friends than he has. You think he already has enough friends, but I guess you never have enough friends. And he's sharing my posts. That's what he does for a living. That's how he pays his bills. But that wasn't his first. He didn't come back to me and say, "Hey, John, look what I just did for you." I just happened to notice Bill Corbett shared it as well. Bill Corbett, public relations. Wow, that's how he pays his mortgage. People aren't really concerned about that.
I think, I had my friend Michelle Blum on yesterday. I think you saw, and she's like, I asked her, so a lot of business owners, you have to make money, you've got bills to pay, and what are you doing for that? And her answer was just the best answer ever. She said, I'm not thinking about that. What we're focused on is providing value to our clients, to our community as much as possible. And that's the only thing we can focus on right now. And when we come out of this, we know we will all be better off, our business and our community. And I was like, you know what? That's exactly right. That's the mantra.
Yeah. If you think of your customers first, you'll make money. If you think of making money first, you're probably not going to do so well. We've seen that many times, right?
Sure. So. It's like don't waste your time thinking about how to be successful. Spend your time thinking about how you can become of value to others. Okay.
That's great advice.
Be of value to others first. That's what will make you successful.
Sure.
And you certainly you have that down. So what else do you say to business owners? How do we were talking about pivoting. We're talking about moving something. We're talking about, comfort zones, right? Getting out of comfort zones.
So do that. Pivot your business now if you can. Some people, and there are people that there's nothing they can do. They're out of business right now. So plan your new business model then. What's your business going to look like as we emerge from this in the year 2021, year 2022? What is your business going to look like? We know that it's going to be more online to one degree or another. Maybe that's where you're going to source your education. Right now, we see a flood of education out there. So your CPA is sharing information about different loans out there, and maybe he's hosting a webinar. Possibly your social media marketing guy is hosting a webinar, all for free, kind of give back to the community. What else?
The CPAs are hosting a Zoom webinar about how to properly apply and see if you qualify for the PPP or the economic injury disaster loan. I finally know we know what EIDL means. But a quick question. I'm going to put this on the screen. A friend of mine, Keith Wilson, another business owner, asks, do essential business qualify for the PPP? The answer is there's no distinction between an essential business and a non-essential business. Just you have to be able to pay your employees at least 80% of what they were making, and you have to spend a certain amount of money in a certain amount of time on your payroll, on your employees. That's really what qualifies. It doesn't mean, if you're a supermarket and you're an essential business, you don't have access to PPP. But if you're some other business, you do have access. I don't think it works that way. You always want to make sure you check with your CPA and your banker, and you can certainly take a look at various websites like from the IRS, the Treasury Department, and see what they have to say. So that's my big answer on that. So we're talking about pivoting, folks. If you have a question for us, hit us up in the comments. If you're watching this in the replay, I'd like to welcome you as well, and certainly hit us up over there as well. So, John, you've managed to pivot. Do you think your business is going to be more going forward? A bigger percentage of it's going to be catering as opposed to people coming in for food?
Yeah. So, we've been on the order online campaign for the last 2 years. So we were kind of ready to make a quick transition to produce market online. And I do see more of my business going online. I see third-party delivery apps going away completely. I think they've done a horrible job throughout this.
Wow, I didn't realize you felt that way. Yeah, so you're talking about like Grubhub and
Sure.
DoorDash.
Well, we're only with DoorDash right now, but we can go. I don't think I've gotten a DoorDash. In fact, I know I have not. So I have not gotten a DoorDash order yet this week. People are just losing faith in them. But our delivery business has gone up and up for many reasons. So we'll continue that path.
And you're delivering to people's homes now.
So it's an entirely different product. Right now, we're delivering apples and bananas to people's homes. In the past, we were delivering lunches. So just within the hot dog industrial area.
Mm-hmm.
You know, talk about pivoting. I don't think anybody's pivoted their business more than over the last 4, 5, 6 weeks. We used to deliver only into the office park, promising a delivery within the hour with a $30 minimum. We are now a 7-mile radius, delivering all the way up to just about Route 110 westerly, northerly, all the way down to down by the water, over to the Bayshore. So our minimums have changed to a $50 minimum. That's going to change back again when we go more to lunches in the office park. So we've got to adapt and got to adapt rapidly, real fast. There's no time to really dwell on whether we're making the right decision or not. We're changing things daily, pretty much.
It's a lot of it is experimenting. A lot of it is finding out on the fly what works, what doesn't.
I think the baskets that you're looking at on the screen possibly will go away. I'd like to see them go away. I've been trying to push any customers that have been calling us lately. I'm asking them not to get stuff in baskets, but get individually packaged. I think their guests are going to be a lot more comfortable with that at this time. A nice big open fruit platter. You know, maybe I bring individual cups of cut fruit. I think it's going to be more well received at this time.
Oh yeah, sure. It's a little more individualized. You don't have to worry about people breathing and touching on your food. And I like this year. Order online for pickup and delivery form. You have a form right here. You click off that, and you've got a lot about your business. And
go ahead and click on order, and that's what's.
There's the logo, the big sexy salad.
Oh yeah.
Lots of great pictures and the things you guys make. Your delivery truck. It's really just an incredible business. So, any words of wisdom before we get? Let me make sure if there's anybody out there. Julie Canales. Do you know Julie Canales?
Janelle, yes.
Janelle. Okay, excuse me. She says,
"Oh, Julie.
Julie.
Yes. Julie, we were getting to know. Unfortunately, just as we were shutting down, Julie was coming on board as an addition to our team. She's terrific, but we can't wait for her to come back. We can't wait for the whole to come back. We miss everybody so much. You know, it's cliche, but we're family, Mitch, right? That's what happens when you work.
That's tough to be a business owner. And, well, while I have you, how do you handle that when you're a business owner and you have to say to people who you care about, okay, I'm sorry, I have to lay you off or furlough you. And
But, you were talking, do I have any suggestions? Sure. I think it's time I reach out to Julie Canales to say, how are you doing? How is it going? How's your family? And show a little concern. I am concerned. I think about it daily. They don't know that. Pick up the phone at the end of the day. And not just your employees, but maybe some customers of yours, some colleagues of yours. Reach out. Don't lose touch. It's going to go a long way with them.
Oh, like my mother always says, if you don't say it, people might not know it.
Yeah. Oh, that's great advice. I like that. I'm probably never going to forget that, Mitch.
Okay. And we've got a few people out here, so we'll just do a couple of quick shout outs. We have Debbie Markley is out here.
She's terrific. I love Debbie. Debbie is an expert in her field. She's a partner of mine when I get a party that's looking for service. Called Deb the Party Elf. And so we're all experts at certain things, So
Debbie is just the party animal?
She is. And she's the party elf, and she's just wonderful. There's a lot of services out there, waitress services, bartending services, but Debbie's business is truly a big, so her people are trained, and that's the difference. And that's kind of why I like using her company.
That's fantastic. We've got a few others out there. We've got Michelle Blum. Hey, Michelle. So great to see you. Thank you for joining us. By the way, folks, it'd be cool if you leave a salad emoji for the sexy salad in the comments if you happen to still be on the show. Okay. By the way, Debbie Markley, she says, thank you, John. Okay. She just says, thank you, John. I'll put that on the screen. Thank you, John. Okay. There you go. You see that, John? You see that right there?
I see it. I see her. I love her smile too. You know,
I can see why. And Tammy Severino is out there. Hey, Tammy.
Yeah,
Tammy's the one who introduced me to you because I was hosting a Long Island Elite monthly meeting.
Yes.
At the Comac JCC.
Yes.
And she was taking care of the orders, and I said, I don't really have anyone. Who do you recommend? She said, you have to use John at Sexy Salad.
Yeah.
So that's how you and I first connected, I guess.
I remember certain caterings, that, and absolutely, I remember that day. I think that was the first catering I ever did for Long Island Elite.
Yeah, now we use you guys a lot, and it's terrific. And we have Janayad. I don't know if you know Janayad Iqbal.
Not yet.
He has a business called No Degree Jobs. And his thing is you don't need a college degree to have a great career. And he helps you with the resume, how to dress, how to impress. But he wants to find you jobs that don't need $200,000 of debt for a college degree. And he's a super smart guy, a real hustler. He's big in social media, and he does a lot of LinkedIn. He does LinkedIn insomnia sometimes for hours at a time. I don't know how he does it. And who else is out there? Mitch Goldberg is out there. Hey, I'm giving myself a shout out. What's up, Mitch? All right. So we've got a few people out there, but I'm going to let you go and say thank you so much for joining me. You're an inspiration, and I know we're all going to take a lot from this.
I appreciate it. I think we're all inspiring each other right now, Mitch. Thank you so much.
Likewise, my friend. Thank you so much, and I'll speak to you soon. All right.
Thumbs up, my friend.
Take care. Bye.